Hey guys, NW Order for Life here with a overview of the Suikoden series. The Suikoden series started on PlayStation 1 and moved up to PS2, and the latest one is on the Vita, and the one before that was on the DS. Those two games, nothing in comparison to the main series, which is what we're going to talk about here. So the Suikoden series, as the basic concept, 108 stars of destiny that 107 of them join under one main hero, that hero being the Tenkai star, which I believe is Heavenly Star. I could be wrong, but uh, the Tenkai star. And he is basically, the hero of the game who sets off on a journey to um, most likely, a political war or a war, where he's leading a group of, like an army of people that have a righteous cause, to take down a corrupt empire or an evil figure or whatnot. And these are the themes that are repeated in all of the Suikoden games. Um, Suikoden 1 has a young man under his father, whose father serves as a general in the Imperial Army. This young man decides to join the rebels and lead the rebels against the corrupt Imperial Empire. Suikoden 2 has has a young man, you know, uh, who is a part of the City-State Alliance, and the City-State Alliance is against the Highland Army, and you know he he decides to step out and become a leader and lead everyone against the evil Highland Army. And the third one is a little different because it's all protagonists are there's like three protagonists that actually take the role of the leader, and the Tenkai Star actually isn't the role of the leader. The third one is a unique one. It's it stands out. But and the fourth one is a young man. It's always a young man, but but who leads a pretty much a collection of islands. He organizes a bunch of sea islands, into one military to take down the evil, corrupt military in that game. And then, the fifth one is a prince who uh, builds up kind of like there's a coup d'etat in the prince's kingdom, and he's framed, and he builds up his army or whatever to retake the palace or whatever. And along the way, bigger issues come up. More things come into view, and he becomes the leader of the rival army towards the main antagonist army. So this is the theme that is in all the Suikoden games. Um, you get a castle or a headquarters in these games, which the people that you recruit, the 108 stars of destiny, they all have their own stars. Just like the main usually has the Tenkai star, they have like the Chisatsu star and all other stars of that nature. And these people can open up shops in your base. They can open mini games, or they can just hang out in an area of your castle, base, whatever, and provide some insight, talk, whatever. There's so many things that they do when you recruit them. Of course, most of the people you recruit can be used in battle, and Suikoden's battle is usually most of the games have a six-man battle system, where you have the range of medium, long, and S for short. So if you put S characters in the back, they can't attack at all. If you put them in the front, they can attack in the front row. If you put medium characters in the front or the back, they can attack no matter what. And if you put long range characters, you can only put them in the back. They can't attack in the front. And each character has their own type of weapon, like a bow, a staff, a nunchuck, etc. You don't buy weapons in this game, you upgrade them. So when you upgrade them to a certain point, they just change into a different type of weapon. The same kind of, like, it'd be like the same type of nunchaku type, but you know, it would be a different name and different color, etc. And it would be stronger, you know, after upgrading your other weapon for some time. That's what happened. I think like 2, maybe 3 or 4 upgrades until a weapon usually changes. But yeah, so that's really cool. The Suikoden mythos is the brothers Sword and Shield, you know, pretty much gods, fighting, you know, a battle for 7 days and 7 nights, I think it is, and the jewels or the sparks of their battle form the stars, and the jewels that fell off them or something became 27 true runes. Now, the 27 true runes are, you could think of them as magical stones, possibly. They are sentient. They have will. They have a unique purpose in the worlds of the Suikoden games. They are, for example, the Soul Eater is the rune of life and death. It governs life and death, but like gameplay-wise, you know, the hero could be, you know, using the ability to insta-death enemies, and you know, maybe taking damage himself, or like, you know, towards the end, the hero, you know, would get would unlock the true power of the rune, which allowed him to, you know, use gain life, whatever, use an amazing attack, but gain life in the process, and things of that nature. So the runes all have like dual natures. They're very complex. It's hard for me to talk about the true runes. There's 27 of them. I'm not going to talk about them because it would take too long, and it's very complex. Trust me, it's interesting. Each game has its own set amount of true runes, and every game is connected from 1 to 5. Suikoden 1 to Suikoden 5. They're all connected. There are characters that appear in all of the games. Characters like Vicky, who is a mage, a time mage, who has the, you know, like, she's like the one unique character in the Suikoden universe that can teleport through different time eras. And like when you see her in one of the games, she'll reference one of the other games, and you'll know, oh wow, that means she just came from that game, because she sneezes, and when she sneezes, she just disappears, and then we find out, oh wow, she disappeared into this game, and she like loses her memory. So there's a comedy thing to it too, but you know, we don't know what her power is, so it's speculation. All we know is that she can jump into time. Not know if it's part of a true rune or not, because we don't have all 27 true runes revealed yet. I believe there's about 18 revealed so far out of the 5 games that have been released. But yeah, so Vicky is one of those characters that appears in all the games. Another one is a rune mistress known as Jean. She's always appears as this young, beautiful woman. We have no idea how she does. There are hints and, like, you know, in all the games as to why she's there, you know, what she could possibly be. Then there's characters, you know, that the games, like many of the games, when I say that they appear in all the games, many of the games are long ago in comparison to other games. But like, there are games that take place maybe 3 to 5 years or 10 years afterwards, and like, you know, in those games we'll have some returning characters as well. Any character that has a true rune has an agelessness about them, so they never die from age, but they can get sick and they can get killed physically. They just can't die. So whatever powers they're granted from the true rune, they also, you know, have agelessness, and they can live forever unless they get killed. Now, when I say true runes are obviously super rare. They're part of creation. They're part of the mythos of the world. There's a balance with the planet, of the Suikoden planet, whatever it's called. You know, if someone has one, you know, they're going to want it because it's got amazing amounts of power, and, you know, one could probably be considered to be like the greatest warrior that has a true rune. You know, just the power is unbelievable. The rune of punishment can make like pretty much like a giant laser beam, just like, you know, go across the whole ocean and wipe out a whole fleet of ships. it's pretty amazing if you have control, mastery over it. And that's the thing I said, the runes are sentient, the true runes. Um, and so they choose who their bearers are, and they can also choose whether to kill them or to accept them. Some true runes are forced into their users, but those runes try to get out of it, or just are enslaved or whatever. That's a plot story from an organization that is in all the games, the Harmonia organization. There's this one guy who rules it, the head of it. He wants to control all the true runes, so he makes these clones to try to hold these true runes. It's just clones of himself to gain their power, and so he can be in control of all of them, because you can only bear one true rune at a time. Now I said true runes, but there are regular runes. In fact, the whole Suikoden world is full of regular runes, such as fire runes, water runes, wind runes. These runes are, and weapon runes like skill runes. These runes are gameplay aspect, and usually you have 1 or 2, 3 slots of them. Slots open as the characters level up, and certain characters have certain things, and the runes are just great. You can charge them by sleeping in the inn or whatever, and there's no mana. It's just like you have a certain amount of usage you can use them for until you sleep and charge them up. The animations are usually awesome in the games, and water is healing, wind can be healing and attack, fire is major damage, earth is support. The pale rune is there are runes that are like literally children runes of the true runes. There's a rune called the Blue Moon rune. No, I'm sorry. There is, but I'm not going to talk about that. There's a rune called the Gate rune, and the Gate rune is a rune of like opens portals, summoning creatures from another dimension, bring them in. And there's like a lesser rune of that known as the Pale Gate rune, which is like a child rune of it. Basically, born from that rune. However it was born, I don't know. And it, allows the player in game to, summon monsters and things of that nature. And then, more about the Suikoden thing, getting out of the whole runes thing. I'm sorry if I lost you. It's just, it's a big part of the, the appeal of it. The appeal of that the runes are in all these games, and, you hear about the 27 true runes in the first game, and then in each game you get new ones that are revealed with new powers, and it's really fun. And usually the hero always has one of them, so it's cool. Now, there are detectives in the game. You recruit detectives that you can use to, investigate your characters, learn more backstory about them. You can, get guys that gamble to get ways of making money better. Fishing games. In all these games there are so many mini games and character just abilities, like chefs that can make you food that you can use to use on the in battle and whatever like that. So just so many things to talk about in this game, in these games. It's so hard. And this video is going to be probably long, and I apologize for it, but there's just so much to talk about. But if you love strategy games, like a great story and a emotional experience, something that really grips you, if you like returning characters, surprises, if you like a connecting story, like Suikoden 4 takes place 150 years before 1, and the character in Suikoden 1 is in Suikoden 4 because he has a true rune, things like that. If you like these kind of connecting things, in fact, the second Suikoden game, you can load your data from 1, and the third one, you can load your data from 2. So, like, you can bring in secrets and things like that of that nature by using that system too. But if you like any of that, if you love, massive strategy battles, tacticians, wars, with kingdoms, and just destiny and amazing things, I can't even tell you how complex the true runes are with their dual natures, and and the games are with their themes. You have to experience it for yourself. I highly recommend Suikoden 2, which is like ridiculously expensive if you want to get. It's the best game. Many consider it to be the best RPG out of all time. Suikoden 2. If you want to get it, it's on PlayStation 1. It's like $120 probably if you find it online. I know it's a lot, but it's an amazing game. You might want to try to just wait out because I believe that PlayStation 3 at some point will put it on their PlayStation Network. They did put Suikoden 1 on there. So if you want to wait and hold out for that, that makes a lot more sense probably. But if you can't wait, $120 might not be the worst investment, to get this amazing game. And then Suikoden 1, definitely get it. It's an amazing story. The graphics are, less than 2, and but it has its own charm. The story is amazing. True Rune's in that game. The whole basis for the whole thing is set up there. Play that game. Suikoden 3, a lot of people have, half and half about it. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's a whole different system called the Trinity system, where you have 3 people from 3 different factions all come together against this one evil army, evil person trying to destroy the world or whatever. That person is a person that's in Suikoden 1 and 2, and will be a huge surprise, and he's awesome, and the game, I believe, is worth it just to play as him, because you get to play as him in a special chapter. And I personally love Suikoden 3. I think it's definitely worth it for people to try it out. But that's your call. The rune animations in that are amazing. The magic rune animations looks great in battle. But the 3D character animations are much different from the 2D sprites of the previous games. And then you have Suikoden 4, which is like the black sheep of the family, because it goes away from the 6-person fighting, goes into 4 people instead. Just kind of mediocre compared to the previous games, but I really enjoyed the True Rune in Suikoden 4. The Rune of Punishment, like I said before, devastating. It's a Suikoden game. There are characters that carry over. A real fan favorite character from 1 is in it, and that's really cool. So there's a lot of cool things in it, but mediocre compared to the rest of the games, sadly. And then Suikoden 5 was the last Suikoden game, and it is a wonderful, amazing, effort to be just as good as Suikoden 2. It's almost, in my opinion, as good as Suikoden 2. It might even be better than Suikoden 2 for me, personally. There's a lot of probably debate on that, but Suikoden 5 is an amazing game, and that is a must-play. Just like Suikoden 2 is a must-play, Suikoden 5 is a must-play. Just definitely check it out. Really good stuff. So that's my overview of the Suikoden series. Apologies if the video was a little too long, but I'm trying to get you guys into it. Not really a review, just an overview of what the series is and what the series presents, all the things that it has to offer. So many things to talk about. You have to check it out for yourself to see all the character backstories and the details and everything. That just so much effort and work goes in this game. Sadly, there is no Suikoden 6. It looks like Konami probably won't make a Suikoden 6. There are 2 Suikoden in Japanese only. They're basically mostly text-based games, no gameplay in there whatsoever, and they just elaborate on the characters from Suikoden 2. So a lot of elaboration there. That game is amazing. And then there are the game on the DS, which is and on the PSP, I think, which is I don't know if it was, no, I think it might be the Vita, but that they're so not a part of the other Suikoden series. They're just like a multiverse kind of game, using the 108 Stars theme, but have absolutely nothing to do with the previous 5 games or the world of the 5 games. They take place in different worlds, which you can kind of trace from Suikoden 1, because in Suikoden 1, the Dragon Rune, which is one of the True Runes, says that it brought dragons from the world of Wings and Scales. So the world of Wings and Scales is one dimension. They expanded on that and made 2 games about the different dimensions connecting into other dimensions. So that's what they went with that. I don't think it's been too popular though, and the Suikoden series might be done for. But you got to check out Suikoden 2, Suikoden 5, and Suikoden 1. Those are absolutely must check outs. And if you feel you fall in love with those, definitely go for 3. Make 4 the last one you look at. But the Suikoden series is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about the Suikoden series, if you've heard of it, if you intend to check it out after my video. And, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. And thanks so much. Have a great day.